Okay, that probably help. All right, we got about 10 people coming in, so we'll come in now.
Hold on. Your mic is. You don't have. Where's that coming from? Oh, you just.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the technical difficulties here. We're working through them. Let's go. Can't get that there.
There we go. There we go. What's happening? Episode number 3. Good evening. We got Richard in the house. Who was the first one we got today? What's up, Richard? And hope everyone had a good day. We're trying to get of making sure everything's
All right.
unmute. All right, we're giving share out put some of these comments. So if you do type a comment, we're going to try to put them up in the chat. We are live over here on the TikTok as well. So if you are a TikToker, join the TikTok.
Yeah, we see you out there, TikTok. Thanks for being with us. A little behind the scenes action here live with 857 Tucson.
Yeah, we got Joe Schmo in the house. If you see Joe Schmo there, he's our crime reporter. You haven't met him yet.
Okay,
But, yeah.
Joe Schmo.
Yep, except
Welcome.
he's the real Joe Schmo, because that's like the there's lots of imitations, but he is the real Joe Schmo. So
I love that name. That's great.
shout out to Tammy C as well. She was saying there's no sound, but it sounds like we hopefully are coming through today or right now, because I know a minute ago it was a little sketchy. So we got a comment from Tammy Johnson, who's a real popular commenter. She puts in lots of comments on all the posts. Do you want to read that post while I pull up this first story?
Definitely. Let me put on my low magnifiers here. Thank you, Tammy, for staying active with the community. We do appreciate you. She says, like I said before, it is nice to have somebody that cares about Tucson and their citizens. Here, it's about time we get real news. What's going on here in this town, the mainstream media here does not care about what's happening here. Thank you again for real news. Tammy.
Wow. That means a lot.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, Tammy, and that's the main thing, is just really building this community, but also informing people that are maybe afraid to speak up, they have a place to at least put their voice, and not just one side, both sides. And so eventually we have to come up with some solutions, right? That's kind of, I'm a solutions person, so it's like we can sit here and talk all day long, but if we don't have any solutions, so thank you, Tammy, and always putting in those comments as well. And so looks like we do have another Joe. He says, yo, 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 I am the real Joe Schmo. And Joe Schmo, shout out to him.
Please stand up. Will the real Joe Schmo please stand up? Thank you.
Exactly. And he's been covering the Lori Vallow trial.
Okay.
Have you heard of that one?
No.
That's the cult mom up in Phoenix. She got in.
Mom.
Yeah, and she and it's such a long story. I don't even have time.
Sure. Yeah.
But it ended up, it's just a horrifying story. Her children she killed with a runaway husband that was in charge of this cult.
Whoa.
They killed the ex-husband, and then Google
Sounds
it
like
later.
out of a movie. Yeah.
Yeah, but so Joe Schmo's been actually going to the courthouse, and he sits at the trial, and then he has another guy that he does kind of like what we're doing.
Yeah.
But he does it for the different trials, and so he did one. We did an interview where we're trying to get some awareness for a case. Her name is Holly Dasso.
Okay.
She was murdered allegedly. They haven't said how or why. Right here, actually, right out of Tucson, off of Marsh Station Road.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of people in the community have been following that. We do have Jane Porter. What up, 857? What's up?
Welcome in. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, too. We appreciate you guys staying active in those comments, keeping the conversation going. We see you, TikTok. We're over here. We're live on TikTok. We're live on Instagram, live on Facebook, YouTube, X as well, yeah?
You know, I didn't hit the X because it's just I haven't been able to, but we're going to work on X.
Okay. Soon to come.
Yeah. But one thing I did want to bring up here is, where did it go here? Oh, is to share out the stream. Because, like, I have so many different buttons up, right? And I mean, eventually I'm going to get better at, like, the routine.
Yeah.
Where to share it, who to share it to. But when you're on the stream live, it's really hard to share it out to different groups, I guess. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
definitely, if you guys have a group, share it out. Any of the police scanner groups, you know, I don't know if they'll allow it, but it's always worth the shot. And so I did do a post this morning or this afternoon on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
This morning, a guy was arrested, and he did kind of like ramming the police officers, fleeing the officers. They tried to get him, and then he rammed them, and then he got away.
Whoa.
And he got in an accident, and he unfortunately hit another car that had a child in it. So I posted that on the YouTube today, and the judge ended up giving him a $50,000 bond. So I mean, I don't know if that's just what it happened. So the bond, $50,000, and then on a bond, I don't know. Do you know how bonds work?
I have no idea. With the court systems and all that, no clue.
That's good.
That's a good thing, though, right?
Yeah. So if you get a $50,000 bond and you go to a bondsman, you have to come up with like 10% of that to get out.
Oof.
So
well, that doesn't seem like much. Am I mistaken?
Well, you might have to put up your truck, right?
Sure.
And that's the collateral is the $50,000 truck, and then you only have to put $5,000 in cash.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but smashing into something. I mean, I got a scratch on my car the other week, and that cost $5,000 to fix.
Yeah.
So if you're causing accidents and doing all that, $5,000, man, I don't know. Not my say.
You got to jump on something. My computer just froze up, so
okay.
jump on a comment or jump on.
Yeah, I got you guys. Well, everybody, again, thank you for joining 857 Tucson Live. We're bringing you live news, local events, everything happening in the area. And we're going to go ahead and jump into some comments here. We're dealing with a little bit of technical difficulties, but we appreciate everybody keeping the chat live. If you're joining us on TikTok, thank you. But let's jump in here and look at some comments of all of our beautiful community. What up, 857, Jane Porter. And Kayla Coffee says, love the smiles. Thank you. We here. We having fun. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's just to be here, have a good time. And let's see, Joe Schmo. I'm also down for Holly. She needs justice. I'm down for the cases.
Yeah.
We're going to figure something out.
Yeah. Yeah, so Joe, he actually asked for like the FOIA request, which is like the when they go to get like the toxicology report, these kinds of things. He's really good at doing that. So you'll have to watch that episode I did. But I'd like to bring him on the show too, because he's a great interview. And then he just hit 1,000 on his YouTube page. So shout out, Joe.
And the crowd goes wild. Congratulations. That's a big deal. It's not easy.
No, he's been consistent building his community, and he's networking with some other big names in the crime reporting world.
Yeah.
So, and then also, you've been hosting your show.
Yeah. I've been having fun over there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, life is good. I think that this live stream stuff has to be my favorite type of content to create, because not only is there the little jitters that you get because you say something wrong, you slip up, you stutter over some words, you fumble.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Run with it, because it's out there. People are seeing it. They're laughing with you. You're laughing at yourself.
Hey.
And that's what it's about. And I'm doing my other show, which it's called People Helping People.
And I love that name.
And essentially, I just want to bring in business owners of all kinds, whether they be local or from a distance. I've lived all over the place, so I have friends everywhere that are tuning in. But showcase them, because they deserve to be showcased. People that put in the hard work, whether they're an artist, a business owner, a musician, whatever it is, we're having conversations about those things. So it's been great.
And that's what the thing about right now in the world is, there's so much opportunity, right? A lot of people think, it's so hard to do everything right now with the way that the social media is to advertise your business and start businesses. I know I mentioned to you about the Small Business Administration.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, SBAs, yep.
And so there's all kinds of small business loans, but I'll tell you what, I didn't get a loan to start 857 Tucson. Not that it's a top media here or anything, but it doesn't take it. Mainly it takes the vision, number one, right?
Yeah.
Also the determination.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then just the consistency, I think, of just showing up for your community.
That's the biggest thing, I think, is consistency, and to be passionate about what it is that you're doing. And consistency comes from passion. You're able to be consistent because you are passionate. And I actually want to unpack that a little bit, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I want to talk about why you started getting involved with running police scanners, and why you even started 857 Tucson. Why these things meant something to you. Is there something in your life that had happened that maybe sparked your interest in crime and sharing crime with other people? Like, where does that stem from?
Yeah, well, and I think I haven't really told too many people. I have mentioned it in the chat occasionally, but when I was a 7-year-old Tucson boy, my dad lived over on Dodge, North Dodge, right across the street from the Bashful Bandit. You ever heard of the Bashful Bandit?
No.
The Bashful Bandit is an old biker bar, and it's kind of like a Tucson staple right off a Speedway. And so right across the street from there, my dad, that's where his house was, and me and a friend were out playing, and right behind there was a Wiener Schnitzel, an empty lot, and we were out in this lot, and there was an abandoned car, and we ended up finding a deceased 2-year-old girl. Oh. And so her name was Zasha Pickett, and it was a big case here in Tucson because she was reported to be taken out of her bedroom window.
Oh my
right?
God.
And so to me, when it happened, And Lupita Murillo, I remember being 7-year-old. For everybody who's in the chat, who knows Lupita Murillo, she's she retired just recently, but she's like a newscaster. She
Cool.
came to the door the next morning wanting to interview us.
Sure.
So, 7 years old, I found a deceased girl. Found out that she was the missing girl that the whole city was looking for. And there was a serial killer that they found when I was in 8th grade. So 7 years old, and then in 8th grade, they found the guy.
Whoa.
And I get a call, not me, my mom, gets a call and says, they found the guy and you have to testify at his trial downtown Tucson.
Jeez.
And
That's
I was
heavy for a kid.
8th grade. Yeah. Now, growing up, do you remember those neighborhood watch signs?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so those things scared the hell out of me. Because at 7 years old, I thought that cartoon character was the...
Oh, yeah. I could see that.
Because wherever I was going, I was seeing that sign.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was just ingrained in me that happened.
Yeah.
And then, I didn't have any therapy or anything because it was like, back then.
It was back in the day, yeah.
Now you don't have therapy, man.
Brush it off.
Man, go. So it was like, whatever. I've just lived with it as a keeping her memory alive.
Sure.
Right. And so long story short, that's kind of where, maybe it came from and then in Tucson, there used to be nothing that really would happen. Essentially, there might be like a shooting once or twice a month.
Sure.
So, and I thought it was just kind of cool because back in the day, there was no internet. We just had these handheld radios.
Yeah.
So it was like I had this handheld radio. And it was more like a hobby, maybe like people do. I know Richard, or I think there was a guy, and he's where they talk on the walkie-talkies. What do they call it?
Just the scanners, right?
Yeah, scanner.
Yeah.
So, but that's the story. But
Man,
check the chats.
Yeah. No, thank you for sharing that, though. I mean, that is what we're talking about when it comes to the consistency and passion, right? There's something that had happened to you that sparked an interest to be able to share those types of things, whatever it be, news, breaking stories with other people, and hopefully help to bring people together to maybe find some justice for the ones that are, unsolved or something in that nature is happening.
Yeah.
And so what you're doing, I'm proud to be a part of, man.
Hey, thank
you. And I
you.
appreciate you sharing that. That was,
Yeah.
It's a great story.
And that's kind of why, I partnered with Joe Schmo. If you guys are on the YouTube, we got a couple comments here we'll read. So don't feel like we're leaving you out if we miss your comment. But me and Joe Schmo are going to cover the Holly Dasso case. We're going to do another episode in the future and just keep bringing that awareness. And I did get some slack a lot from the community after that because they were like, you shouldn't be talking about this case. And this is, and so it's kind of like, I could see not getting too involved for the first year, right? But we're hitting like 2 years that this happened almost. You know what I mean? So it's like, if we're not bringing awareness, they're going to put it on the shelf in a way. They're not going to, essentially. But so I'm hoping me and Joe will do that show again soon.
Great.
But
Hear that, Joe Schmo? You're on blast. Love it.
So go ahead and read a couple of the comments. And I'll
let's check it out.
Next story popped up.
Absolutely. So let's see where we left off here. Again, we want to thank everybody in TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, the other Instagram. We're live all over the place. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. We really appreciate it. This is our, third installment of 857?
Episode 3, yep.
Yeah. This is our third installment of 857 Tucson Live. And we're having a good time. And so let's go ahead and see. Jane Porter says, I'm following that case since the kids went missing. And that case that we're talking about is the... Yeah, no, that's... I think that there's a lot of people following that case. And it's... Oh, here, let's see. He's putting the comments up on the screen here. Great.
Yeah, and so she was. Oh yeah, we didn't wrap up that story, but
No.
Lori Vallow, she was found guilty.
Okay.
So she is going to be in prison for life. I don't know if it's the death penalty. So maybe Joe will probably update us on if she's having sentencing. But we do have. Looks like we got a new viewer, Tony. Shout out Tony. What's up, Edna? Make peace. I love that. I love your last name there. And Norma. Everybody shout out. And the next thing I wanted to kind of jump into is this story, if I can get it pulled up without cutting out the stream.
There we go.
Get the ads out here. And so on my page, I have been reporting on this crime grade. And so if anyone was on my page this morning, yesterday, I think I did another one about Tucson. Today was about South Tucson.
Okay.
And I'm just going to kind of break down because a lot of people are confused at why is this map here and like city of Tucson isn't sharing this out.
Yeah.
Like this map is accurate in the sense it's used for like companies, insurance companies, things like that who want to get data on areas.
Okay.
Right? So I'm going to read exactly how, and I'm not going to read the exact detail, but I'm just going to kind of summarize how they come up with their stats.
Okay.
And so as I think you can see it on the screen.
Yeah.
I can't see, but we're going to scroll down. Now this, if you do go to Google and you just type in crimegrade.org, Tucson, Arizona, it should be the first one that pops up. And so the way it breaks down is this is the map of Tucson, and we'll jump in the map real quick. How's it looking on the map?
It's
Slow.
looking good. Can you zoom into the entire screen so the map and center of that is a little bit bigger? Is that at all?
Yeah, the thing is, my computer, I think, is just running a little slow because I do have this other system running.
Yeah, we got
So-
the live stream going. We
Yeah.
got a lot.
So is it coming up now?
Yes, we can see that.
We got movement?
Yep.
Okay. Can
Let's-
we get the clap? Where's the clap?
Yeah, we got you right here.
Oh, okay.
Now let's see.
I can zoom out.
Just like the whole, like over here, try and zoom in over there and see if we can get the
Oh, there we
whole-
go.
There it is. Beautiful.
Okay.
Now we could really dive in.
Right. So there was some speculation going, well, how come Davis Monthan, right here is Davis Monthan. And why is it all red? Like, why would the base be filled with crime? And it's really not necessarily the base. It's basically, I have to get to the next screen here in a minute to share, and I'll break it down. But it's more of like a generalized reporting tool for insurance companies. Say you wanted to, you're looking to open up a fleet of stores in Tucson, and you want to find out what are the safest neighborhoods, there's not a lot of safe ones.
Right.
So, as you're looking on this map, the way that Crime Grade breaks it down is each city you can break it down. So like even Amphitheater will have its own stats. South Tucson will have its own stats. And then the whole Tucson will have its stats. So the darker the red, the higher the crime essentially is what they're saying. And so today I did South Tucson. So that's kind of, I'm just hoping to help people use this tool so they can use it on their own.
Yeah.
Right. So if they want to go in and do a crime grade on a different city,
Okay, so yeah, you can just punch in any zip code or city that you're at.
Yeah.
Check out the crime grade, and maybe if you're looking to move or visit, vacation, whatever it may be, you can pop in there and kind of get a generalized idea of how the area looks.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep.
I love that.
Yeah, so read a couple of the comments. I'm going to pull this other thing up while you're doing that. and then we're gonna be also going over some events that are going on this weekend and next week as far as in Tucson. So we'll pull that up here as well.
Okay.
And then if anyone has any comments in the chat, feel free to
Yeah, we're checking out TikTok here. We're checking out Instagram. Again, if you're just joining us, thank you everybody for coming in and checking out 857 Tucson Live. And this is our third show, and we are having a good time. We're just figuring everything out and rolling with the punches here, trying to bring you some good news, good events. Everything that is Tucson is here. Everybody that's in the chat, thank you for keeping the conversation alive. If there are specific things that you'd like us to discuss, ask us some questions. Let's bring it up. Let's have a discussion about it. Joe Schmo says in the chat, on YouTube there, no death penalty for LD or LVD, 25 to life. New trial for her niece's husband in a month. So there's an update on that case. Thank you, Joe Schmo. And we got Christina in here. Hey, guys, glad to see you on. Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Christina.
Yeah, it's good to see you in here. Let's see.
Shout out to Mandy Thomas. She's a great group member, and
Nice.
she runs one of the groups and just helpful, very nice and sweet. So thank you, Mandy, for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for being in here, Mandy.
My computer's running slow, so
I'll keep
I'm gonna
buying
add something in here. Yeah. Now, this is what I thought was interesting: is on this crime grade, you can actually pull up all the different cities here. So if you wanted to look at this,
Oh, wow. Okay.
South Tucson, which I did today, is F's across the board. So
F?
yeah,
As in
A, B,
A, B, C, D, E, F.
yeah, like
Got
you're
it.
in,
It
like
doesn't
you're
go
in
to
third
Z.
grade and you just got an F, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's what happens. You know, I'm like,
yeah,
oh
not
man,
good. Not good.
yeah.
I was hoping it went to Z, and it just wasn't that bad, you know.
Oh yeah, hey, that's hey man, I like your attitude, but no.
Dang. Okay.
So yeah, South Tucson, and it's really not to make fun. It's just so they can see it for themselves. Like
Sure.
I said, because if anyone tries to say, you know, hey, there's all this crime, you can be called racist just because it's like there's certain areas where, you know, Hispanics live more, right? And so South Tucson, as far as being an F, it doesn't represent, I think, the people in general. I think it's always like there's always a couple bad apples in the seed, you know. And
Sure.
so I think if they actually try to get out some of the crime, right, and treat Tucson, because South Tucson, the best burritos, the best people, the culture.
Preach.
I mean, have you ever done the bachata? You know what the bachata?
Bachata?
Doot, 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 you know, where
Oh no, I
Yeah,
haven't. I haven't.
I actually have went and had lessons.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is
Nice.
because I mean, we used to up in Phoenix. We would go and do that,
I'd do that.
and it was fun. And
Yeah.
it's like, and it's just the best beat, the best people.
Yeah.
But we got to get this crime in South Tucson and really build up that city as being like just an amazing place for people to go visit. Because right now, it is dangerous. Obviously, being F's across the board.
Yeah.
Now, are you familiar with all these cities?
I mean, these would be zip codes, right?
Essentially, they would be, but they're kind of like areas
Yeah.
in our town.
Yeah, there's subsets of Tucson. And yeah, I am familiar with most of these. If you don't know, I'm from Oregon. I'm a transplant. So I've been here for a little while now, you know, and I'm out here on the east side. And so I'm still learning the lay of the land. And so I guess that's why it's a good balance here, because he's been a Tucson native for a very long time. I'm the outsider looking in. So my information on the areas are limited. So I ask the questions and I learn as we go. Damien is the Tucson expert. So if you're learning with me, then let's learn together. And yeah, so tell me a little bit about these areas.
Well, the main thing is Catalina Foothills is kind of up in the foothills, obviously.
Sure.
It's a little bit nicer area, and so the crime is not that high up in Oro Valley, right? If any crime happens, the Oro Valley police, for some reason, they don't go up there and mess with the Oro Valley. So flowing wells, that's gonna be kind of down Grant, Prince area, Summit. I don't know exactly where that is, but anyway, it's really basically so everybody can kind of see the comparison. And really, that sticks out is to have F's across the board, right? I guess the main thing that looking at this screen, to have F's across the board is kind of the main thing that I shouldn't be just the only person saying it, right? Like, the people in South Tucson should be like, because the main point about crime grade is how much does it cost per resident for the crime in their city. Mm-hmm. So on the post I made today, it costs, I think it was like over $3,200 and some change per household in South Tucson for crime. That's what they're rating it. So shout out TikTok.
We see ya. Thank you, everybody, for joining us over there. Instagram is going live as well. They're getting the kind of behind the curtains view of our live podcast here.
So I'll check the comments here one more time. We left out 3 points. Yeah. So you can go in there and that's the main thing, is just I want people to use the tool for themselves. Like, I'm not here going, hey, I got this tool and I'm going to hide it and information is only mine and all.
Sure.
Share it out.
Yep.
Tell your family and they can use it to make decisions where you want to travel even. It's like if you're staying in a hotel, maybe you got to stay somewhere for a couple weeks in like an Airbnb.
Oh, yeah.
Boom. Pop in that city and you're like, hey, this area is probably, we don't want to be next to the bus station.
Yeah.
So, Bachata. Shout out Moonchild is in the house. She's a regular viewer in the chat. So,
Moonchild, thanks for being here.
I love that name too.
Yeah, that is great.
Yeah. So, and then Summit is down by Nogales Highway. Okay. Thanks for that point out. Yeah, I would have had to look that up. So, but I wanted to see if you were able to pull up the Facebook event page, and maybe we can jump on a couple of those these events going on this weekend.
Yeah, let's check that out real quick here. Facebook events. And see what we have going on this weekend.
Well, they do have the Pima County Fair, so
I was just gonna say, I know I'm doing something.
Yeah. Well, before it gets too hot, too, because once the summer hits, it's like it's hard to get out and do too much.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna share the screen with you guys. Give me just a second while I pull this up, and we'll go ahead and get this this other screen shared for you, so you can kind of see the events that are happening in the area.
And well, I got this other screen pulled up so you can. This is where it breaks it down. The crime map actually. So murder. This is the projected 2025 projected cost by type of crime in Tucson for 2025. So murder is going to cost Tucson $126.7 million. $118 per resident. That's how they break it down.
Okay.
If you go to the site, you can see how they break it down. This is not, this is a program that they're able to calculate. Rape, sexual assault, $44.3 million, $41 per resident. Robbery, $23.5 million is going to cost Tucson $22. Kidnapping, $3 million. Oh, I forgot assault. Assault is going to cost us $99.2 million for assault.
Good Lord.
So murder is going to cost us $126 million. And what that means, right? That means someone gets assaulted. Okay, they got to call out the police officer, right? They got to call out the ambulance. Then maybe that person has to take time off of work, right? Well,
Yeah.
then there's a court case, right? So then the judge, everything that it takes for one assault.
Cost money.
The officer's time isn't cheap too when they're out there at the scene.
Yeah.
The judges, and then if the people go to court and they don't show up, and then it just keeps on going and going.
Sure.
So the cost, obviously that's how they. And then what's interesting is here. This is where I'm going to read this, and we'll move on to the events. The intangible cost of crime in Tucson, Arizona. So what that means is crime grade focuses on tangible costs, right? Tangible costs. But the true impact of crime extends beyond economic pain and suffering for victims. Oh, there's a period there. Sorry, I didn't see that. Pain and suffering for the victims and their families are difficult to quantify, but research-based methodologies help estimate these effects. And so using these methodologies, we calculate that the intangible cost of crime in Tucson totals $1,089, which is $1,013 per resident. So this total estimate cost of crime per resident is $1,492. So that's kind of how it works out. So check out crimegrade.org. Get your crime stats, and other than that, you want to pull up those events.
Yeah, let's see what we got. Thank you for that, and let's just do a little transition here. We're gonna run over to Tucson local events, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Are you going to Pima County Fair?
I'm trying to.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dude, I cannot
Need to
wait.
stop working for a minute.
Yeah, I cannot wait. Yeah, I've been busy, but I got to make time to go have a little bit of fun, I think.
Right.
So let's go ahead and go down the list of things that are happening here in Tucson, ladies and gentlemen. This Saturday at 2 p.m., we have Tucson Taco Fest.
Ooh. Wow, where's that? Where does it say it's at?
That's at the Rialto Park.
Oh, okay.
Did I say that right?
Rialto
Park.
Yep. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's where they do the horse racing.
Oh, nice.
And actually, Rialto Park. I'm not even pronouncing it right.
It's okay.
It's actually they say it's the birthplace of American horse racing, thoroughbred horse racing at that park.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a lot of history there.
Yeah, and it looks like there's quite a big response there. 2.2K people responded to it. Looks like we got 2,000 people that are interested in going. And
wow. What's the cost?
I don't know.
Oh.
But the host of the Tucson Taco Fest is Paul Wall. So if you go back to early 2000s hip hop,
yeah,
the guy with the grills from Texas. Yeah, Paul
I don't know why
Wall.
he was just here. Like, he must know somebody in Tucson.
I think he likes Tucson.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
That's
yeah,
right.
that's cool, man. Welcome, Paul Wall. What up, Paul Wall?
Yep. Wear your grills out and make sure you take them off before you're eating your tacos. So that's happening this weekend. The Tucson Gem Show is happening this weekend. Oh no, that's
Yeah, I was gonna say that
just happened.
That just happened.
Yeah. Okay, hold on, you guys. 1 second. What else we got going? What's the date today?
We're looking at the 23rd of April, which I can't believe April's it's already the 23rd of
It's
April.
the 23rd today. Okay, so yeah, there is another gem show. This
Yeah,
weekend.
there's always probably little shows and stuff.
Yeah, it's not the big one. It's not the one that gets national press, but there is another gem show coming up, the Tucson Gem Show this weekend. Let's see where that one's located. At Norcross, Madagascar is the location.
Okay.
And yeah,
Well, anyone can find these events on
Yeah.
On the Facebook event page.
yeah, exactly. Just head to Facebook, go to events, get all your local events that are happening. And let's see if anything else jumps out at me. I mean, obviously the Pima County Fair. There's
Yeah.
going to be tons of fun there.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to see if there was any link to that where we could look at the actual who's coming up in the concerts, because I know there was one that you were interested in.
Dude, there's a few. But I don't think I've ever been more excited for a band in my entire life.
Really? Okay.
Seven Dust
Yeah.
is playing. The kings of rock, in my opinion. The most soulful rock and roll band. And they have such a soundtrack to so many moments in my life. Hardship, fun, excitement. You know, like all these things, when I hear specific songs, there's just so much nostalgia with them. And I cannot wait to see them. It was a bucket list for me, right?
Yeah.
And they're coming to, I couldn't believe it. We're looking at the lineup
Yeah.
and they're coming to Tucson.
Yeah, that's
I was like,
that's how I felt when Dirty Heads came
man.
last year.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was 2 years ago now.
So maybe if y'all gonna go to the Pima County Fair, maybe I'll see you at Seven Dust. I'll be there rocking out, singing every single word, fangirling out. And I don't usually get like that for artists, you know?
When is the date so they know?
Let's double check. Let me dive into that real quick.
Now, are you going to do some, is that like mosh pit? I mean, I know Seven Dust is rock and roll.
I'm getting too old for that.
Hey, but you'll be out
I
there.
might be.
man.
I might be. You know, it might spark something in me. We'll see.
Yeah.
But they do have some hard stuff. But the thing is, they're melodic rock,
Yeah.
which I enjoy. It's not just screaming in your face, which I like that too sometimes.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to a show, that's not the vibe that I want.
No, I mean,
Too much anger.
I grew up with the Corn, and it was great.
Yeah.
But when it ended, I'm not like trying to play a Corn song right now.
Right.
Or but in Tucson, it has a huge rock following. That's why
Nice.
they keep coming back here. So shout out Tucson.
Yeah, I'm with you guys there. Let's go.
Yeah.
Love it.
So try to get it. Oh, we got a super chat coming in from
Hey.
Moonchild.
Moonchild,
Wow,
thank
Moonchild.
you. We'll put
Shout
you
out.
up there.
We got Nick Slank, Underground. Oh, perfect, Moonchild. I appreciate your support. It is
Absolutely.
much appreciated. And I am just going live as well right now on the court. So if my computer, one of these days, I'm going to get a new computer that actually works. So I won't be having any hiccups. But right now, I have a little hiccup going. Well, that's coming in. I'm going to pull up this story. There was 3 arrested. It looks like here.
And while you pull that up, for anybody wondering when Seven Dust is coming, if you're on that gravy train with me, it looks like Friday, April 25th at 7:30 p.m. Exhibit X to the Z, Pimp My Ride.
That's this Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
This
okay.
Friday. Yeah, so X to the Z is playing at 7:30. He only has a 30-minute set. So then we have the coveted Seven Dust, best rock band ever. They're coming on 8 o'clock, so maybe see some of you guys there.
Yeah, I want to go. So let's plan it. Tell the people to be out there Friday night. What time is it? 5:30. What does it cost to get into that?
Dude, it's $12. $12 and you get to see all
Yeah.
these, like,
That's what's great about Tucson and the Pima County Fair. And
you can't beat it.
yeah, I mean, if you have to ride the rides, you know, but it's like Tucson is one of the biggest cities without an amusement park. I don't know. A lot of people don't know that. We don't have a water park. We don't have an amusement park. We have this little one, I think, called Funtastic.
Okay.
But that's the thing about Tucson is so when the fair comes, man, you got to go.
Yeah. Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
try to.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, thank you again, Moonchild, for the super chat. We just
Appreciate
hit
you.
court. Yep. So they're asking if court. A lot of people come for the court. So, okay. And we do have Dominovich. Now he is the person. glad to see a live stream broadcasted from a truly unrefined perspective. No BS.
Dude. Yes. Thank you. Sincerely appreciate that.
Okay, we need to the next
Dominic.
Now he's the one who organized that cleanup. If you were on my page a couple weeks ago, I went out and so you can organize these neighborhood cleanups where the city brings out bags and they bring out the grabbers. So if you're grabbing trash, you can just grab the trash right off and just pick it up with the grabber. And so he organized that, and so he's just a great supporter and he has a lot of energy to want to make things better, right? And inspire. I mean, he's inspirational. So
that's what we need in the world. So we need more of you. Shout out to you. I don't want to butcher his name.
Dominovich.
Dominich. Okay. Sorry, but shout out to you.
I'm Damien, so
yeah.
Dominich.
Okay. Okay, I thought Dominich. Got you.
We'll get it.
Get it. Appreciate you, though. Nonetheless, all boils down to that. Nothing but love.
But Nick is letting us know Bone Thugs and Harmony is going to be there tomorrow with E40.
Wow. Go check that out, too. You know what? I think next live stream, let's go down the lineup. Let's give the people, just let them know everything that's going on, because that's a heavy hitter, too. And if I'm not mistaken, Steve Aoki was just here, too, which is a big DJ.
Yeah, he was here the first night the fair opened, so I'm sure it was probably nobody knew about it. It probably would have been fun to go.
Well, yeah. And Penny and Benny, so we have Ben on yesterday, or was it the day before, promoting his business, his merchandise business. He was saying that he picked somebody up that was coming from the fair, and they got caked by Steve Aoki. I guess that's his thing. He throws cakes off the stage and hits his fans in the face with a cake. So they were all pumped up that they got caked, and he was like, "Oh man, my car." He just
because he was Ubering. Oh,
face.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh
wow.
So I guess it was a wild show.
Yeah. Well, that's funny. Well, we got Moonchild. Tucson city streets is like an amusement park for sure. Well, we hit the 7 o'clock mark.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, basically just going through the like riding a bike.
Yeah.
You know, we got the training wheels on right now, and we're like, And so everyone who's hang out with us today, shout out to the kind of end it here in just a second, and then pretty soon you're gonna have your show. So can you type in your Alexander J. Ward? Just type it right there.
Sure.
We're gonna put that up on the screen right now, and he's going to be going live on Instagram and Facebook. Is that right? Do you do YouTube on YouTube?
I want to try to do YouTube as well. But as of right now, it's Instagram and it's Facebook. And yeah, it's people helping people. So business owners, we're going to come in and discuss your business. You're an artist, we're going to discuss your art. If you're a musician, we're going to play your music and we're going to talk about it. And it's people helping people. So that's what we're going to be doing over there.
Yeah, and the other thing we really want to focus on in the future is bringing on some advertisers, some sponsors, so to speak. We need a featured sponsor to keep this show going for the long run, right?
Yeah.
Because as I said, we are the underdogs, as Dominovich said. Truly unrefined perspective. We're not in some $100,000 studio. We do have some of the best equipment, but we don't. We're out here just coming from the heart.
Yeah,
building it, and that's what it's about. Is just taking it day by day, with hopes in hey, maybe one day we will have a full studio.
Yeah,
and we have 12 hours or 24 to fill.
Yeah.
So if people in the future want to have a show, they'll be able to jump in and have a platform, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what we're doing.
Yeah. So if there's anybody out there that wants to advertise, get your business seen via 857 Tucson, either on the live show or however you want to work it out, let us know. You can hit up Damien over there on 857 Tucson Facebook page. 857 Tucson Live on YouTube. And what's the other one? The Instagram as well, correct?
Instagram, X, and the TikTok.
Oh yeah, we got TikTok going too. But yeah, if you would like to, if you'd like to grab a segment of the show for your business to get you out to our audience, we'd be happy to help you out. Just shoot a direct message over to Damien at one of those platforms. And man, time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, and that's the main thing is having fun.
Yeah.
And you know, we're gonna be some news might be a little more news if there's something breaking. You know, and there was some things that happened, but we're still feeling out how it's gonna be, and maybe bringing a little more entertainment with not such heavy stuff. Like I got to bring in the heavy stuff because that's what the channel is about, informing the community, like the crime grade. And so, what are your thoughts on that crime grade site? And we'll wrap up, just kind of summarizing.
I think it's very important to have that just in general. Like you said, if you're looking to vacation, you're looking to move, you're looking to spend any amount of time anywhere, to share that with your people. Share that with your people. If you just saw this, go share that for anybody and everybody that can utilize that tool, because it's an important thing to have if you, again, are looking to move, vacation, you know, just travel, whatever it is. So I think that's a very, very valuable tool for everybody.
I agree, and I'm gonna keep sharing out the different information as far as the crime grade. And we got one more comment from Dominovich. He says, thanks for contributing to the cleanup. Glad to encourage as many people as possible to make Tucson a better place for all of us.
What a beautiful note to end on, I think.
That's it, man. That's
absolutely
it. So thank you all for tuning in. I do have a song we could play it out here if that's
dude, let's play it out.
Okay, let me get that out. If you want to put any little last shout outs in the chat to everybody, give everybody a chance to say bye, see you on the next one, and let us know if there's anything we can do to improve. If they have any businesses that they want to maybe have us reach out to, you know, feel free. Just the main thing is just communication in the world. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, if you know a business owner that you think might benefit from having an advertising space on a platform like 857 Tucson, I mean, we're pushing a lot of views out here, and it's hopefully going to help everybody in one way or another. So just let us know. Just let us know. Shoot 857 Tucson a message, and we'll get to whomever we can. But this has been a great show, man. I'm really happy with what we're doing here. I hope everybody watching is happy with what they're seeing and hearing. So,
yeah, thank you, everybody. Until next, so episode number 3. Next one will be number 4
in the can.
So thanks everybody in the chat rooms, on the YouTubes, the Facebooks, and remember, share out the Jacob Couch Memorial. Let's try to get that to 1,000, and we need to get that nationwide.
Yeah,
because if it just goes local, she's just gonna ignore it. So we need to get that shared out and get that memorial for Jacob Couch, a permanent memorial too, not just a temporary, as a reminder to end violence in Tucson for forever, or at least try to stop it as much as possible. So got that up. Now I got a song playing. Can you hear that song?
We will right now. It says it's playing. Here we go. There we go. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming in. This has been 857 Tucson Live. We love you all. Thank you for joining us, keeping the communication alive between locals, and we'll see y'all on the next one.
Trust your gut, it can show you what you want. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want